Hey everyone, so I wanted to jump on and make a video today about the holiday season and what's been going on, how we're kind of feeling, how the holiday season feels now. I know for myself personally, it doesn't feel the same. I like all the bells and whistles, I like the trimmings because it's pretty. However, to me, Christmas and the holiday season feels vastly different to what I'm used to or to what I used to experience. So I kind of just wanted to make a video about that. I wanted to make a video about anyone who potentially feels the same. You know, potentially feels like Christmas isn't the same anymore and they're wondering, when am I going to feel that wonder? When am I going to feel that warmth, that community spirit, that, you know, that warm and fuzzy feeling that you get when you, like around Christmas time, that you would remember or would experience. And you know, all that anticipation for New Year's Eve or, you know, bringing in the new year. What goals am I going to be chasing? Am I going to implement them? You know, I'm going to be this new person. And like, you know, it's kind of like the pressurizing, you know, feeling that you get from going up to New Year's. And I don't know for anyone else, but I, in my own way, have eradicated that pressure from how I used to feel for New Year's to now. I'm kind of like, no, I'm going to flow in being the person now that I want to be, rather than implementing it on January 1st, like everybody else. You know what I mean? It's very cliche. I know why we do it that way, but we can do things differently. But what I wanted to ask first and foremost is, how's everyone going? You know, how does the holiday season feel for you right now? How does Christmas feel for you? Have you changed your views in it? Are you very anti-celebratory right now? Are you someone who maybe still loves it and still is trying to keep the wonder? And whichever answer is absolutely fine. You're not obliged to answer a specific way. You're not obliged to answer the way that I have answered. But I just wanted to create a notion that collectively the world is different, and celebrating and celebrations globally are different. Whether or not you feel it or not, they are, period. And something else I want to add is that it feels absolutely okay to not participate in anything that you don't want to, and to not feel like you need to be judged for things that you do or do not do during this time. I want to make that very fucking clear, because I know during the holiday season, people are a lot likely to, you know, traditional Christmas time. Let's just make it traditional Christmas time. People make it known that it needs to be perfect and all the family needs to get along and you need to act a certain way and you need to have these sort of beliefs and you can't bring your different ideas and opinions to the table. And I think that's a load of bullshit, to be honest. And I think that if you wholeheartedly do not want to be somewhere during the holiday season, if you were invited to a family event that you don't want to be at, just don't go. Do you know how many orphan Christmases get created? Not technically, but multiple orphan Christmases get created. I know personally of people that just come together who would rather be together than with people that don't make them feel good. That's number one. Don't feel bad for wanting to do something different, for wanting to celebrate it in a different way or not celebrate it at all. That's okay. If you are made to feel less than or bad about your feelings and you're not acknowledged whatsoever in your beliefs, this might be a little bit reevaluating for you. Maybe look at it in your 2023 goals and ideas and beliefs. How are you going to implement these people in your life the way that they are? Because I don't really, you don't see that changing anytime soon. And if you're not being respected now, are you going to be respected in 6 months' time? Are you going to be respected next year? Think about that. Think about all these things that come to play. But what I do want to say, as someone who's developed further deep into like more of a conscious way of living, I will be having a celebration at my house. I personally have had 2 Christmases my whole life because I'm Serbian Orthodox, so I get the luxury of having 2. I've grown into loving the whole reason behind Christmas, the spiritual reason behind Christmas. Like, all the bells and whistles are really fun. You know, I love making things pretty. I enjoy decorating. I enjoy feeling the vibe of everyone else feel really good, even though that it doesn't resonate with me as much anymore. And I enjoy getting people together. And even for you, if you just enjoy spending time with really good people around this time of year, then by all means do it. But for me, I just don't, like, Christmas doesn't feel the same. And I don't think it ever will ever again, unfortunately. As New Year's Eve and bringing in the new year goes, personally, just relax. Do whatever you feel is right and jump into the new year how you feel that you want to. You know, if you have decided that you no longer want to drink anymore, awesome. Don't do it. If you decided that you still do want to celebrate with people and, like, you know, have alcohol and whatever else you want to do it. You know, how many times in society are we pressured to fit in a box and do certain things a certain way? And, you know, even there are some times that, you know, in conscious communities, they can judge as well. They can judge you on the things that you still like doing. Don't allow that. Fuck that right off. Fuck everyone's right off. Everyone needs to fuck right off as far as I'm concerned. You just do exactly what you want to do and know that this temporary pressurizing environment that is Christmas and New Year and holiday season can be so stressful, and it removes every fun quality out of it that you could have potentially. And whatever love that you still have for it, you can still enjoy, and just know that you don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. You don't have to, you know, even if you decide that you don't want to do goal setting just yet, if you haven't even decided your goals yet, that's okay. There is how many fucking new moons there is a year that you can set intentions to. Trust me, energy is constantly at your call and you can use it however you like. You don't need to be doing it on December 31st, write them out, do that bullshit. You don't have to do them now like I'm doing them. You can do them whenever you want. Like I said, there's optimum energy throughout the entire year, and you can create lists and plans and implement things as you see fit and as you see comfortable. About this time of year is how much emphasis everyone puts on it, and the pressure and the stress and everything, like I was saying before. And then it comes into January and children go back to school, and then everyone just stops thinking about the pressure and the stress. Like, it's just the strangest thing. And I think looking at it now from an outside perspective, and I was like, everyone stresses like literally for nothing. Like, it's just having people over to eat, and you can do that at any time of the year, really. You can really enjoy food with people at all times. It's not specific, but it's just very enhanced. And I do really feel for people who have really stressful family environments that really kind of thrive under this sort of I'm gonna say notion. I'm gonna say negative notion. You know, people really put emphasis on this time, and there's a lot of judgment that comes around, and people just feel really inadequate, and they spend the entire year avoiding certain people we're meant to be the jolliest time of the year, just feel the most uncomfortable. And you know what I have to say? Just fucking fuck that right off. Like, you don't need to do anything, because you know what? All that stress, when it comes into January, everyone's just like, we're just gonna forget about it. We're still gonna be feeling it in our, like, adrenals are gonna be still like this for ages. No. You do whatever you wanna do. The basis of what this message is about is just put yourself first at all times. Put your sanity first, put your health first, put your mental health first, put your spiritual health first. And if you do happen to go into an environment that does make you feel uncomfortable, protect yourself. Don't be scared to cleanse yourself after. Just because it's your family doesn't mean it's good energy. That's it. That's exactly how it is. If you have an opportunity to do something that you really love, I'm happy for you, and I think that's amazing. And however you bring in the new year, the way that everyone says to do it is going to be perfect for you. I hope so. I hope that you make the decision that's going to be right for you. And just remember, the pressure and the stress of this part of the year will pass. Everyone's going to forget about it. So why don't we make it as calm as we can and conscious as we can, and go in and just coast and do whatever the fuck you want to do.